for the Samoa bites, you're going to need a bag of unsweetened coconut, 10 ounces, a cup and a half of the caramel sauce, a half a cup of whatever kind of nuts you're using. I'm using the pecans, and some melted Lily's chocolate. I used pecans. I put them on a baking sheet and stuck them in the oven for about 8 minutes on 400 degrees to give them that nice toasty flavor. And I used Lily's dark chocolate baking chips. I got these on Amazon online. They're stevia sweetened, so they'd have no sugar. I melt the chocolate using a double boiler method. To make the caramel sauce, you're going to need a third cup of Splenda, a half a cup of heavy whipping cream, 3 tablespoons of Swerve brown sugar replacement, a teaspoon of vanilla, 1 stick of unsalted butter, and just a little bit of salt. Melt the butter on medium-low heat. Add the Swerve brown sugar and incorporate it into the butter really good. Now, this is an important step, so don't skip this step. The key to this recipe is to stir and stir and stir and stir. Now we're going to add our Splenda, a little bit, stir it up, and add a little more, stir it up. If you add it all together at the same time, it will turn into one big nasty lump. And we're going to cook and stir until this starts to come to a nice bubbly simmer. Add a little salt. Keep stirring. It's going to start looking a little soupy like this, but that's okay. Keep stirring. Starts bubbling nice like this. We're going to add our cream all at once and blend it in there really good. Don't stop stirring. Okay, we're going to want to get it bubbly again where you see little bubbles kind of floating up to the surface. Scrape the sides and don't stop stirring. Let's see the bubbles at the surface. Okay, now we want to simmer for 2 minutes. Just keep stirring. Now we're going to add our vanilla and we're going to stir and cook for 1 more minute. Okay, it's going to start getting a little thicker like that. I'm going to take it off the heat and keep stirring. Transfer it to a glass bowl. You want to stir for a couple more minutes while it cools to make sure it keeps that nice caramel consistency. Alright, there's our caramel sauce. So this recipe yields about a cup worth of the caramel sauce. Any unused portion of the caramel can be refrigerated. It changes the texture a little and ends up being more like margarine or butter when you refrigerate it. And anytime you make candy with caramel sauce, you want to keep refrigerated after. Now we're going to mix our chopped nuts into our coconut and stir it up real good. Okay, now that you got your coconut mixture going, you want to add your caramel sauce. You want to scrape that thing out. Make sure you get all your sauce in there. The sauce is important. That's what makes the whole thing kind of stick together. Alrighty, I'm going to mix this in really good. You want all your coconut and nut to be coated with your caramel mixture. You might have to get your hands in there and really work it. Now we're going to want to take about a half a teaspoon of chocolate and drop it right onto some parchment paper. Little rounds. You want to give them a little space. That way when we add our coconut balls and it squishes them out a little bit, they don't stick together too bad. Take our coconut mixture. I'm using a little ice cream scooper. I'm going to push that mixture into the head of the spoon. Clean off the little edges. And you want to make sure that thing forms into a little ball. Take our little coconut balls we made and squish them right down into the chocolate. Just push them right in there. And then we're going to throw this guy in the freezer for about 20 minutes. Okay, now we got them out of the freezer. That's what they look like. We're going to take our last little bit of chocolate we've got left over and just kind of flick it over the top of these. Give you a little extra chocolate kick. Makes them pretty. And thank you so much for joining me today. Please like and subscribe the video and come see me anytime at pouredprincess.com.